Welcome then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your tweets. Thanks as well for all your comments over what happened yesterday. Stevie, that noise that you made seems to have taken Twitter. Yes. Do you remember the noise you make? Steve, can you make that noise again on a daily basis to start the show?
Oh, the old dun dun dun.
Yes! That was very good.
I actually did it on the instruction of you, to be fair.
Well, no, I asked you to make a noise, and you impromptu.
Yeah, if you remember, we were messing around before we actually taped.
Were we? I don't know.
Because we were talking about your kid. You were going around the house making a noise because it was
the transfer deadline day, and they couldn't care.
Dun dun dun. And when we started, that's when you asked me.
So it's all Dan's
See, so it's Dan's.
It's good. I inspired the noise. I like.
Dan and his children.
Is Shaka okay after yesterday? He was laughing so hard I thought he might explode.
And what was I laughing at so hard?
Well, the Griezmann, us playing the trumpet.
That was
Stevie's contraption. The sledgehammer with all on Griezmann.
Seriously, I was looking at Steve trying to explain this thing. I'm thinking, what is he talking about?
I know. Frank reading his own book to put him to sleep. It's one of those. When will Best of the Week return? Because yesterday was absolutely hilarious and amazing. Our producers say they're not doing it. Mike, in particular, has refused, apparently.
Why is they don't have time?
That's what he's saying.
You could just do it, Dan. You could just throw it in, I think.
Oh, yeah, I'm very busy, Shaka. Very busy man to be editing those sort of things. Frank, how was the sleep last night?
Well, as you advised me, I read my book, I opened the first page, I fell asleep. That was perfect.
You didn't need 2 pages.
Not a surprise, really.
No, I think that's fair enough. Was Antoine Griezmann actually an Atleti double agent the whole time, Frank? He cost Barca a lot of money, didn't perform well there, was crucial in moving Messi away because of his wages, then head back to Atleti once the job's done. Just tremendously effective.
Well, I would say that it's a very great investment for Atletico. You sell a player and you buy it, not even half of what you got the money from. So, well, I wouldn't say it's a double agent, but the circumstances of and the timing that we saw and what happened during this time in Barcelona goes for Atleti. That's for sure. That's for sure. And now he goes back. And he's going to be treated as a hero. So, a perfect world for Atleti, that's for sure.
Agent Antoine. Ooh, well, that's got a nice ring.
Do the noise. I could go with it.
Do you want to stick your hand up the back of my shirt and then start working me? Is that what you want to do? Hey?
When transferring to new club, what is the hardest thing to pick up, Stevie? Is it the tactics on the pitch or getting together and messing with teammates in the dressing room?
The hardest thing? I don't know. It depends on the individual.
Yeah, I would think it's just getting to know the other players, what they like, how they like to receive the ball, whatever it may be.
Right.
The dressing room is easy, especially once you get into new dressing rooms. They're pretty similar. And then tactics, again, you figure that out. But every player likes things differently on the pitch. And just getting to understand individual quirks.
Oh.
It depends on what. It actually depends on what team you're going to.
Okay.
If you go to one of these teams where the manager thinks it's about him and his tactics are changing every 5 minutes, then your head gets scrambled.
Like Revs a few years ago.
But if you join a good team, so I've been told.
Stevie and Paul.
But if you join a good football team, the basics are pretty much similar. It's just little. I would think it's the biggest things. What sort of character the individual is.
Right.
If you're kind of outgoing, it makes it easier. If you're a bit reserved, then I would assume it would be harder. I don't remember having a problem myself, that was all. That's why.
Because you're so outgoing, Steve.
That's why I'm struggling at the answer.
So outgoing and friendly. What do you make of Ansu Fati, Frank, being given Messi's number 10 jersey at Barcelona? Should Barca have retired his number?
No, we're not in America. We don't work like that, and I think it's American habits, I would say, and that it's not in our world of football, kind of a habit. So I wouldn't go that way. It's hard to just be behind Messi, but it's a way to see another era and to see that nobody is eternal, and life goes on, and it's nice to see the future of Barcelona under Ansu Fati. So I have no problem whatsoever with that.
What was your number, Frank?
Until I played for Chelsea was a 5. Then with the national team with the World Cup in '98, I picked the number 18. So when I signed for Marseille, I kept the number 18. So it's 18 and 5.
Why 18?
And the only player who, why 18? Because my son was born the March 18.
Oh.
And the 5, after me, the one who won the number 5 after me was Michael Essien. Fantastic. I was so proud of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Shaka, did you have any preference when it came to numbers?
No.
One. That's it.
You know Dan.
Yes.
When I signed to Qatar, I took the number 1, and I was playing with the number 1 because it reminded me. I don't know if you remember. You were young. Osvaldo Ardiles in '78 was playing for Argentina. I was wearing the number 1, and Filiol, the captain, the goalkeeper, was wearing the number 5. And I kept that in my mind. I said, that would be nice to play for once, with the number 1, because it's normally due to the goalkeepers. And I had a chance. The Qatar Federation accepted it, so I played 2 years with the number 1. That was great.
How vain.
La caca.
Yeah.
Why is that vain?
Little.
Why is that vain?
Little extreme.
Running around with number 1 on his back.
He's wearing number 1.
I'm number 1.
I thought Fior wore number 7
I'm
personally, but I trust Frank's memory more than I trust mine. I'll be honest.
What about Ardiles?
No, Ardiles
Osvaldo
wore 1.
Ardiles?
I thought Fior wore 7.
No, for sure. No, for sure. Number 5.
Right,
For sure.
like as I said, I trust your memory more than I trust mine.
What number did the goalkeeper have then?
Thank you
Frank?
very much.
Fior was the you mean for Qatar?
Yeah, for Qatar.
Oh my God.
Just told you.
Oh, the goalkeeper. I was with you, Shaka. I don't remember. I don't remember which number he had.
He didn't care.
I don't know.
Didn't care.
Yeah, as long as he was.
Yeah, as long as he had number 1.
As long as I'm number 1, I don't care what anybody else wears.
A bit early, but predictions for the World Cup. Stevie, who's going to win it?
I know who's not going to be in it.
Trinidad and Tobago?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I don't think Scotland's going to be in it either.
Lost to Denmark today.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Favourites? I've no idea.
Frank, who's going to win the World Cup?
What? 2022?
Oh, dear.
I don't know. I was looking at it because I think it's too early.
Yeah, that's all right.
France.
France.
Why not?
Yeah.
Brazil.
France.
Argentina.
Brazil.
We're in Argentina, I am.
What was the craziest experience from any away World Cup qualifier you've experienced in terms of travel, hotel, fans, etc.?
Travel. Coming back from Costa Rica World Cup qualifier, our plane had to make an emergency landing. Does that count?
Yes.
In the middle of some jungle?
Yes, that definitely counts.
Yeah, I would think that would fall into the category.
We left Costa Rica and surprise, surprise, I fell asleep as soon as we took off. Woke up to a cabin full of smoke.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were right over the trees. Come upon some runway in the middle of nowhere. There's not another plane in this airport. There's no terminal, anything short. We land there. And we had to wait. We ended up waiting on the ground. There was one payphone, because you can't get cell phone service. You're seriously in the middle of the jungle. There was one payphone, so we were able to call home and tell our families what was happening. And we waited for about 8 hours for American Airlines to send a plane to pick us up.
That's me, Shank.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was quite an experience.
I bet it was. I think you set the bar rather high. Yeah. Frank?
We went to Australia, I think it was in 99 or 2000, and it cost to the Federation 1 million euros for 3 days. We had a 747 plane with only beds, first class, for all the players. and on the coach area, they put the beds out and put table for us to have massages. That was a hell of a flight, I tell you. To have a massage, to relax, to even play football on the plane because we have so much spaces. That was great. That was great. We really felt champion of the world.
We really have gone from one end of the spectrum to the other. The jungle in Costa Rica.
We used to have to fiddle expenses to try and make any money playing with Scotland.
Really?
And they're spending $1 million on a plane.
Wow.
You got a qualifier.
Well, they won. I don't think it was a qualifier, wouldn't you? You can go to Australia for a qualifier.
It was a friendly game, and we've been hammered by people in France, by the federation, because and we drew. I think it was a 1-1, and we lost. Dugarry got injured on top of it. So when we came back, the federation has been hammered because it was completely useless. 24 hours flight, 3 days, and just go back. Clubs were very upset with that decision. Whatever, that was the life of world champions.
Stevie?
The strangest one actually was with the under-21 Euro qualifier.
Right.
Before the old Iron Curtain, we played East Germany away.
Okay.
And we're in the hotel. We were training later that night, and myself and Roy Aitken decided to go and buy the kids a toy.
Okay.
I thought, maybe the last chance you get ever be in East Germany.
Yep.
We could not find a toy shop at all. And then after about 20 minutes of walking, Roy he said, have you noticed anything? And I was like, what do you mean? He goes, well, number one, the streets were packed and nobody was talking. He said, have you noticed anything else? I'm like, oh no. He said, have a look behind you. He said, there's 2 guys who have been following us since we left the hotel. Oh. So I was like, I think we better go back to the hotel.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I'm just thinking of TV walking the streets of East Germany.
I was like,
do you know where there's a toy shop?
I was talking away.
I'm looking for a toy shop. Anybody know where there's a toy shop?
Giving it lads talk away.
Of course the police were following.
Walking around East Germany going, dun, 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 dun.
Well, when I saw the 2 guys, I went, dun, dun, dun.
Oh, crikey. Frank, you want to say something?
Dan,
yes.
Dan, can I? Yes, like for 2 minutes, can I tell a story about a French game where we had with the national team? We went to South Africa and we landed and we went on the coach, and the first thing we went to a villa. We arrived to Johannesburg and we went to a villa, and the big doors opened, and it was Nelson Mandela's house.
Wow.
And we went in, and at the time I was maybe the only one speaking English, so there is a picture of all my friends, Lilian Thuram, Marcel Desailly, Thierry Henry, and me at front, talking to Nelson Mandela, which I found pretty awkward, because it should have been them, in fact, because they were dreaming about meeting Nelson Mandela. And I was translating to all my friends and everything. And we had a blast. We had a fantastic time. It was such an honor to meet Nelson Mandela. And we played that game, a friendly game against South Africa, where the only white guy in the South African national team was Fish. I don't know if you remember that player playing for South Africa. And in fact, we were warming up with the national team, with the French national team, and I looked, and I was the only white guy playing for France as well, So that was really fun, and that was a very good time that we had together. And I could feel really privileged to be among all my friends who really wanted to meet Nelson Mandela and South Africa. I still have, how to say, goosebumps, when I talk about it, because for them, it was like a dream coming true. That was great.
Very cool, Frank. Wow. We've been crashing in the jungle.
Yeah.
For Shaka, was all the hype of Cristiano Ronaldo looking at Manchester United's legacy, is it fair to consider Dwight York a Manchester United legend, or is that my bias of a fellow Chimbagonian?
Yes. To consider Dwight a Manchester United legend, yes. But Dwight was there, and I don't think there's any debating that was one of the most successful periods in Manchester United's history. Whether he will be regarded as a legend, the bar is so high at Manchester United. I'm not the one to say. Obviously, I'm biased and I'm not a Manchester United fan. But I think legendary status comes with titles and accolades and time. You have to have both. I'm not the one to decide whether Dwight York was there long enough. I certainly think he's won enough to be considered as much.
Who's more popular, Brian Lara or Dwight York?
Probably Brian Lara, in all honesty.
Is Anthony Martial good enough for Manchester United, Frank?
Well, you know, big competition between all the people at front. Greenwood is coming up very, very well. Anthony Martial came on tonight playing with the national team. We barely saw him. I don't know what's going on with Martial. He has so much talent, but the consistency is not there. So I don't know if he's good enough to Manchester United. He served the club well when he started, but he doesn't seem to be in the project of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so I don't think he is anymore.
Let's get away from soccer, shall we? Frank, have you ever been on vacation in Kenya? Great beaches at the coast. The wild beast migration at the Mara is one of the wonders of the world.
I would love to go there. I would love to go there. It's a plan that we have with my wife because we want to see the Big Five. We want to go to there. I went to South Africa to see the elephants and everything, but I want to go to Kenya or Namibia to go there. But you know, it's not really secure right now. So I still have a problem to say, okay, let's go. Let's take that risk. You know, if it's a little bit more secure, I will go for sure because I want to see that before I close my eyes forever.
Oh dear.
Very deep.
Forever? You're not expecting to do that shortly, are you, Frank?
that book has taken it too far.
If he ever gets to page 3 of that book.
Did you go to Kenya with Bruce Grobbelaar?
South Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. No, it was fantastic. Went to Victoria Falls, absolutely. I mean, I'm not a picture skew guy.
Right.
But it looked fantastic.
But you wouldn't go back?
It's a bit far. I've been. Where's you been?
Shaka, who has better food, Trinidad or Tobago?
Scotland.
And what toppings do you recommend on bake and shark? I'm very sad I can't find any Trinidad and Tobago restaurants in Colorado.
Oh.
Wow, it's a lot to unpack there, Shaq.
Let's see, who has the better food?
What are you known for, food-wise?
What are we known for?
Aye.
Roti, doubles,
fish and chips. Fish and chips.
We have quite a diverse offering.
Yeah, I don't know.
Offering, Stephen.
Well,
None of it that you would like.
No, yeah,
No. You wouldn't like any of it.
None of it is shepherd's pie. I think Trinidad has better food. Tobago has better seafood.
Okay.
And then what would you have on bacon shark? Wherever you want. Lettuce, tomato, pepper, and hot pepper. I keep it simple.
What is bake and shark?
So we were discussing bake a few days ago.
Yes.
It's basically a flat bread.
Right.
In this instance, it's fried, and then shark, fried shark, fish, as in the fish.
No thanks.
It's like in simple terms, a fish sandwich. Simple.
Is there any ground beef involved?
No, there is no.
Final question, Frank. I'm literally off to France from Ireland in 12 hours' time. I'm off to, I don't know, Aix-en-Provence. I know you live there. Any place?
Aix-en-Provence, yeah.
Any place in Aix you recommend and little towns nearby? I like Ventabren. Ventabren as a...
What's this?
It's my...
Ventabren? What's with that?
Is it good? I'll probably be watching Extra Time waiting for the plane. Oh, there you go.
Aix-en-Provence is one of the nicest cities that we have in France. It's just above Marseille. John Malkovich used to live there, and his kids were going to school in Aix-en-Provence. It's absolutely fantastic. Ventabren is just a city, little. I would say it's like Watford, let's say.
Oh.
You know, but it's very small but it's very cute. Everything around, you know, Aix-en-Provence is beautiful. You have We talked about Cézanne the painter one day, you know, on Extra Time. You have that fantastic hill that you can go to. You know, the Provence is beautiful. People are less interesting, but the sightseeing is very nice.
What's wrong with the people?
Well, they're from Marseille, you know, they exaggerate everything. They're not humble. They're absolutely the opposite of myself.
Where you come from?
With number 1 on the shirt.
If Frank is saying you're not humble, you have real issues.
No, but you know, why I wanted to have the number 1 is because Osvaldo Ardiles, and I wanted to feel like Shaka Hislop.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
I totally understand.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.